Hey, my beautiful lovies, welcome back to another episode of Selfish Therapy. I know it's been a minute since I've posted, but I have some time now, so I'm back into my posting mode and you guys will be getting multiple videos. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave me a thumbs up if you like any of my videos. Drop a comment below, let me hear what your thoughts are on the topics that I'm talking about, as well as anything that you'd like me to talk about in the future. But guys, any interaction, I appreciate it. All right, if you're new here, my name is Lyrae. I'm your host. On this channel, we talk about any and everything self-therapy. So if you are not ready to do the work, this may not be the channel for you. All right, so if you're interested, as you see the topic, if you want to see what we're getting into, stay tuned. So guys, today, as you can see by the topic, today we're talking about how sometimes we let the expectations of others hold us hostage. And how to identify when you're in that cycle, and some of the things that can be done to kind of break that, setting your boundary and making some changes to get back to your own happiness and to be able to do you, simply put. What do I mean when I say the expectation of others, we allow that to hold us hostage? When we have expectation of others, we're simply saying, or something, we expect specific things to go a specific way, or we expect somebody else to do something, and when that does not happen, it kind of crushes our emotions. It kind of sets us on a path where it could also paired with some negative thoughts that we naturally have at times, because we wanted it to happen so much, or we thought it was going to happen in that way, and when it doesn't, it kind of crushes our spirit. And that could also spiral into, like I said, the negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative actions, etc. You guys know. So first we need to start identifying those things, right? There's a two-way streets. There's two ways that you can look at this. You can look at this from a standpoint that at the end of the day, just because you're going to do it doesn't mean that the other person will do it, or that other people are going to operate the way that you do. We oftentimes have that thing in our mind, or that expectation around somebody else should do it the exact way that we do it, or say it the way that we did, or thought the things that we thought. I think the way that we do. And that's, unfortunately, that's just not how life is. That we have different beliefs, different experiences, we operate differently, right? We have different dreams and aspirations in life, and those things are going to influence what we do and how we operate with people. Some people are more compassionate than others, some just are not, some show it in different ways. So we kind of set ourselves up when we expect it. Don't get me wrong, I do believe that there has to be some ground rules or boundaries that we set when we're in specific friendships or relationships, right? There has to be some expectation around the boundaries that you set for yourselves, as for others, for your relationships, right? So when those are crossed, it's fine to say, or it's understandable when you're saying, okay, the expectation that you would respect my boundary, but you did not. I get that. But when it comes to having that chokehold around other people, expecting them to do things that you thought they would have done, it's kind of unfair, right? It's kind of unfair, not only for them, but it's unfair for yourself, right? You're expecting a person to operate the exact way that you do. It's not fair that you're putting that pressure on them. That's a lot to carry, because then now they have to stop living as themselves and trying to do things to please you, right? That's kind of burdensome for other people. And then the other side of things is that you keep putting yourself in that place, knowing that we're human, we're flesh, we're going to make mistakes, things are going to happen. So when you constantly open the door to this huge expectation of somebody to do something, and when they don't do it, then it's almost like now that person's a bad person, or now that person pretty much they're not treating you the right way, and this is just how our mind is, right? When in truth and in fact is that things happen. People are not going to always be able to do the things that you expect them to do, because that's just not how life works. There's no answer. That's just how it is. We're not going to be able to do it. But I would say that the sooner we learn how to loosen up the expectation rope from other people, the quicker we will be able to be free and not feel like we're in a box or we're in a cage or we're being held hostage. And it also loosens and frees the other people from not feeling like they're walking on eggshells or that they have to live their life a certain way because they're so scared of not messing up with other people. We do this all the time. We do this in regular friendships. We do it with siblings. We do it with romantic relationships. And I say we because I've been there, right? We set this expectation that, and when a person doesn't do it, it creates that tension between us because we felt like you are supposed to do it our way. And I learned this, that people are just not going to operate the way that I do. That's something that I had to learn. When I learned that, I started loosening up. I'm not 100% there because I still have expectations of others, but at the end of the day, it's something that I've been consistently working on, and I realize that it doesn't affect my emotion as much when I get disappointed or something doesn't happen. I still get disappointed, but I don't hold on to it for as, forever. Quickly, I get to the place of, okay, it's just one of those things. And then you could easily identify the difference between a person that had a bad moment or had bad habits versus a person with a bad heart. It's two different things, right? So just saying that to say, loosen up the rope, let go, let God, and everything will fall into place, right? Stop hurting yourself, consistently hurting yourself because somebody didn't do something that you thought they were supposed to do. Stop doing it. So now that we understand what I mean when I say not allowing the expectations of others to hold you hostage, here are some things that we can do to kind of change that mindset or just change our actions around that. So the first one is self-awareness, being self-aware. And what that does is helps you to, recognize that when you have expectations, it's a possibility that you could get disappointed, right? There's a possibility that things are not going to go the way that it wants to go. The emotions may feel, negative, it may affect you negatively and cause you stress or whatever it may be. But understand that you're dealing with somebody else. You can't control what somebody else is doing. So therefore, it's a possibility that you may be disappointed. The next one is set realistic expectations as you have to. Like I was saying to you earlier, I absolutely believe that you have to have some level of expectation with the people that you have around you, people in your circle. Like otherwise, people are going to consistently disrespect you, step over your boundaries. But you have to let it know, make it known to them, and make sure that you're holding them accountable for that, right? So those realistic expectations, you want to understand that everybody is different, and just because you do it doesn't mean that they're going to do it. And when you do set those expectations, make sure that you're clear so that it's not going to be, I didn't know, or I didn't know that you're going to feel this way. I didn't know you expected that. Be clear, right? And then that will be kind of like ease the disappointment if there's going to be any. Right. Another thing is communicate. Make sure that we are being clear. If somebody disappoints you and you feel some type of way, communicate. Don't spiral. Don't go to a negative place and automatically assume that this person is out to get you or to do something bad to you. Communicate your feelings. Let them know. If it's someone that you care about, you let them know exactly how you feel or how you felt about a situation and say, I expected this, but this happened. Easily talk it out if two people care about each other, right? So try to make sure that you're communicating. And then the next one is practice to be empathetic to others. When you show empathy, what that does is allows you to put yourself in the next person's shoes, right? Without trying to be spiteful, without trying to punish them, because people do that a lot. It's so easy to think about, okay, you did this, so I'm going to do this. That doesn't work. That's just as stupid. Think about that somebody may have operated in a specific way because that's what they had to do at that time. It had nothing to do with you. It was not intentional to hurt you. Please think outside the box and just understand that sometimes what we're thinking and what really happened with reality is completely different. So be empathetic, think about the other person, put yourself in their shoes, and just try to understand that maybe why they operated in the way that they do is that because that's what they had to do, and it really doesn't mean that it has to do specifically with you. Okay? So guys, that's it. I'm not going to keep the videos long. I told you guys, well, on my vlog channel, that I'm going to start doing shorter videos so I can post more. So that's really all I have today. Stop holding yourself hostage. You're not going to be able to please every single person. By you trying to do that, you're chasing the wind, and you're just going to make yourself unhappy. You're going to be burnt out. Chase the Bible, chase the word, right? How about you do that? And like I said, you don't want to be chasing the wind, right? And then the true people that's in your life that love you and want to really have a relationship with you, those people will work it out. Doesn't mean you're right, they're right, you're wrong, whatever. It has nothing to do with that. There's a lot of miscommunication that happens at times. There's a lot of there's disconnect with others, miscommunication, all that stuff. So let's try to work on communicating better, being clear and concise about what our expectations are, set realistic expectations, and have self-awareness where this is concerned. So with that said, I'm gonna love you guys and leave you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that I gave you some good nugget, and if so, remember to subscribe, turn on your post notification, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love you guys, and bye for now.